Your dog did something this morning. Something small, something you almost didn't notice. Maybe they followed you to the bathroom and lay down outside the door. Maybe they pressed their whole body against your leg when you sat on the couch. Maybe they looked at you, just looked, and held that gaze a beat too long. You thought nothing of it. But here's what I want you to understand. That moment was not nothing. That moment was something no human being in your life has ever done for you. Not your partner, not your best friend, not your mother, only your dog. And there are 4 things your dog does, quietly, every single day, that are not just expressions of affection. They are forms of love that evolved over 15,000 years specifically for you. Forms of love that exist nowhere else in the animal kingdom, nowhere else in human relationships. You've been receiving them your entire life with your dog. You may not have known what you were receiving. Tonight, you will. We have a habit of underestimating our dogs. We call what they do cute. We call it sweet. We pat their heads and say good boy and move on with our morning. But neuroscience, evolutionary biology, and animal behavior research paint a completely different picture. What your dog does is not cute. It is ancient. It is deliberate. And it is directed entirely at you. The relationship between dogs and humans is the longest interspecies bond in history. 15,000 years, possibly longer. And in that time, something remarkable happened. Dogs did not just learn to live alongside humans. They evolved, biologically, neurologically, to love them, not to tolerate them, not to depend on them for food, to love them. The 4 things I'm about to show you are not behaviors your dog learned. They are behaviors your dog is wired in, permanent, and every single one of them is aimed at you in a way no human love ever has been and ever could be. Number 1. They love you without condition, and their brain proves it. Humans say they love unconditionally. They don't. Every human relationship, even the best ones, contains a quiet negotiation, expectations, disappointments, history, 100 tiny conditions we never name out loud but feel keenly when they're broken. Your dog has none of that. A 2015 study at Emory University placed dogs in MRI scanners and exposed them to the scent of their owners. The result was extraordinary. Among all the scents tested, other dogs, strangers, familiar humans, only one triggered a response in the caudate nucleus, the brain's reward center, the same region that lights up in humans when we see someone we love. The owner's scent, not food, not toys, not another dog, you. But here is where it becomes something far more powerful than a feel-good study. The researchers noted that this reward response was not conditional on what the owner had done that day. It did not matter if the owner had been away for hours. It did not matter if they'd been short-tempered. It did not matter if the morning had been rushed and distracted. The response was the same: full, immediate, unconditional. Your dog's brain is chemically incapable of loving you less because of something you did. No human brain works that way. Not one. That is not a small thing. That is not cute. That is a neurological form of love that has no human equivalent. And your dog delivers it to you every single day without being asked and without keeping score. Number 2, they synchronize their body to yours without knowing they're doing it. Notice something tonight. When you sit down, where does your dog go? When you exhale slowly on the couch after a hard day, does your dog exhale too? Does their body soften when yours does? Do they move closer the quieter you become? They do, and it is not coincidence. Research published in the journal PLOS1 found that dogs and their owners synchronize physiologically over time. Heart rate, cortisol levels, stress responses. When owners experienced elevated stress, their dog's stress hormone levels rose in parallel, even when the source of the owner's stress had nothing to do with the dog. Your dog feels what you feel, not metaphorically, chemically. But the deeper truth is this: it goes beyond stress. Dogs have been observed adjusting their own sleep rhythms to match their owners. Their activity levels, their rest patterns, their body language, all of it shifts and reshapes around the rhythms of the person they love. No human does this for another human. Partners sleep in the same bed and still operate on completely different biological clocks. Friends share space and remain entirely separate in their emotional and physiological states. Your dog gave that up. Their body became a mirror of yours, not out of submission, not out of training, out of 15,000 years of evolution that built one drive into the canine nervous system above all others: stay close, stay in sync, know this person. Tonight, when you sit down and your dog settles beside you, their breathing slowing to match yours, That is not a pet resting. That is a living being who has tuned their biology to yours. No human has ever loved you that way. Number 3. They wait for you, and the waiting is the love. You know what your dog does when you leave. Some dogs pace. Some dogs sit by the door. Some dogs take your worn clothing, a jacket, a sock, and carry it to their bed, and lie there with their nose pressed into the fabric, and they wait. We find this touching. We say, "Aw." We move on. But consider what is actually happening. A dog's sense of time is different from ours. They do not have a clock. They do not know if 10 minutes has passed or 6 hours. What they have is a biological marker, your scent. And as that scent fades in the air after you leave, research suggests their anxiety rises not from abandonment, but from the disruption of their single most important orientation point. You are their north. When you are gone, they are without direction. And when you return, even if you've been gone 12 minutes to get groceries, the reunion response your dog exhibits is not performance. It is neurochemical reality. Oxytocin floods the brain, the same bonding hormone that mothers produce when they hold their newborns. Your dog experiences your return the way a mother experiences holding her child for the first time. Every time. No human waits for another human that way. No human's chemistry fires like that at the sight of someone walking through a door. Humans grow accustomed. Humans take for granted. Familiarity in human relationships breeds, if not contempt, then at minimum, a quiet dimming of the original flame. Your dog's flame does not dim. 15 years in, your dog greets you at the door the same way they did the first year, with the same oxytocin surge, the same physical joy, the same full-body certainty that you coming home is the best thing that has happened today. That is not loyalty. That is devotion that has no parallel in human love. Number 4. They choose to look at you, and that choice built a bond across species. Of all the things your dog does, this is the one that stops me. They look at you, not at food, not at the window, at you. And when you look back, when your eyes meet your dog's eyes and you hold that gaze, something happens in both of you. A 2015 study published in Science found that mutual gazing between dogs and their owners triggers a surge in oxytocin in both parties. The longer the gaze, the greater the surge. The same mechanism that bonds mothers to children, the same chemistry that cements human romantic love. Triggered by a look between two different species. And here is the part that is almost impossible to process. Wolves, the ancestors of dogs, do not do this. Not with humans. Not with each other. Prolonged direct eye contact in wolves is a challenge, a threat. But somewhere in the long journey from wolf to dog, something changed. Dogs learned, or evolved, or chose to look at us differently. They took a behavior that meant confrontation and turned it into connection. They reached across 15,000 years and across the impossible divide between species, and they made it mean, I love you. I trust you. You are mine and I am yours. No human looks at you that way. Humans look away. Humans check phones. Humans get distracted. Humans grow comfortable and stop really seeing each other. Your dog sees you. Every time, without effort, without being asked. Your dog looks at you the way you have always wanted to be looked at, with complete, unhurried, unself-conscious attention. And in doing so, their brain and your brain release the same chemical. The same ancient signal that says, this matters. This one matters. 4 things. 4 things no human has ever done for you the way your dog does them. They love you without the weight of history. They tune their body to yours without knowing they're doing it. They wait for you with a devotion that never fades. And they look at you, really look, and something ancient and chemical and true passes between you. We use the word pet to describe this animal. We use owner to describe ourselves. Neither word is right. What you have with your dog is not ownership. It is not companionship in the easy sense. It is the oldest agreement on Earth. 15,000 years ago, 2 very different creatures looked at each other across a fire, and something began. Something that has survived every century since. Something that lives right now in the dog sleeping at your feet, or waiting by your door, or pressing their warm weight against your leg. They are not asking for much. They never were. They just want to be near you. And in that wanting, in that quiet, ancient, unconditional wanting, they love you in ways the people in your life never have. Pay attention to it tonight. It is one of the rarest things you will ever receive. If you want to learn why your dog sniffs your face every morning, watch this video.